today's video is just going to be a chatty get ready with me. I want to just chat and talk with you guys for a little bit, and I also just want to use most of the new products that I got in my recent haul video, and I just want to feature them some more and play with them some more. Even though I really love these products, I still just want to use them a little bit more for you guys, so I'm pretty much going to be using all of the newer stuff that I've been using. So I'm just going to prime with my Party Proof Primer from ColourPop as usual. I did pick up a backup of this recently, but I'm still using the old one because she is still kicking, so we're still going to use it. So yeah, how are you guys doing? It's kind of a really cloudy day today, and even though I actually have been getting decent rest lately, like I've actually been falling asleep, I think it's just because I've just been so tired lately. And also, like, I am trying to spend, like, more time out of bed, but also, like, I did have downtime yesterday and Monday because on my class days, okay, and then I'm just going to set my eyes with my ColourPop powder. I don't know if I'm going to get rid of this one because, again, it's just getting a little bit hard to get the product out of the pan at this point. But, I mean, it's not, like, a big deal to, like, set my eyes with it because I can still, like, scrape the product out and it, like, pretty much still works. But, just like getting like the excess off of the sides when I like do my like when I powder my face, it's just a little bit difficult to get the product out. I don't know why that corner is not wanting to work with me right now, but it's not really a big deal. So for my eyeshadow, I'm gonna use the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette again. I'm still in the process of testing this out, but I've used a lot of the shades already, and I can tell you guys that I love this palette. The shimmers are absolutely stunning. So I think I'm going to use some of the cooler tone shades today because I've used these two mattes like a lot. So I think I'm going to use these three shades because I just want to do something a little bit more cool toned, because I've been doing a lot of like just run-of-the-mill neutral looks lately, and I haven't used the cooler tones in this palette on camera yet. So I'm going to use the shade Simplicity just to start as a crease shade. Why is it so dark? Like, I cannot see my mirror. Okay, there we go. That's better. So, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to feature these products again. My life has been a little bit boring lately. I mean, I'm just getting ready to see my boyfriend today. I basically have just been going to class, working occasionally, and just trying to give myself some downtime and then seeing my boyfriend a lot. I've been spending a lot more time with him this year because I really just haven't been working as much because I'm just collecting unemployment right now because I'm in class. So it's been kind of nice. I mean, I have said this before, but I really am appreciating that I'm able to just give myself some time and just really appreciate some downtime for myself this past year. Like, that was definitely one of my New Year's resolutions, is give myself more downtime. I mean, like I've said before, I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions. I believe in goals for the new year, and I can definitely say that at least that has been something that I have stuck to. Because honestly, like in November and December, I was just really exhausting myself and also just, you know, not really giving myself time for me. And I've said this before that I need to stop feeling guilty about that for myself. Because honestly, if you don't take care of you, you're not going to be able to be happy doing other things in your life and taking care of somebody else or making somebody else happy. You got to take care of yourself, and your mental health is very important. And I just needed to realize that. Like, I was kind of just overwhelming myself and spreading myself too thin, and now I'm kind of happy that I'm not really doing that. I feel like, you know, after this month though, maybe, I mean, honestly, unless I get more work hours and I have more schoolwork, probably March and April are going to be a little bit more crazy for me, because April is like when like things start happening for my sister's wedding and stuff. But I'm enjoying the time that I have right now, but I kind of want to see some friends. I do have plans to see some friends soon, so that'll be fun. So for my defining shade, I'm going to take Nothing to See, which is that deeper gray shade, because I want to kind of add a bit of contrast with this one. This shade is still going to work with the shade that I want to use on my lid, because it's actually not as gray toned as I thought it was. It's kind of like a little bit warmer with the shade that I put with it, so it's not really adding too much grayness to it, which I kind of like, because I didn't want it to be too deep gray in my defining area, so that's nice. Actually kind of liking that. So yeah, there's not really much going on. I feel like I'm going to be a little boring in this video. I had to do another paper this past week, so oh yeah, I have been trying to finish Succession like the past week already. I have been just literally, I either like am starting to fall asleep as soon as I start watching the episode that I've been on, and I'll literally just watch like 20-minute intervals of this episode that I've been on, and I literally still have not finished it yet, and I only have 2 episodes yet, and I'm still on the second to last episode. I just want to finish it already. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it tonight, because I want to watch both episodes tonight. But I just like have just been so sleepy that I'm just like passing out, that I'm like, oh crap, like I really just can't finish it because I'm too tired. So, but that's good, you know, like I need to sleep more, you know. I've always struggled sleeping for like the past couple of years at this point, so it's not like the greatest thing. So now I'm going to use the shade Disrobe on my outer corners, and that's kind of like the cool toned brownish gray. I'm going to put that in my inner corners, on my outer corners. So I did order some things from the new Disney ColourPop Snow White collection this afternoon, because it did launch earlier today is when I'm filming this video, on the 16th, which is when it launched, obviously, because I just said that. Riveting stuff, Caitlin, riveting. But I decided to get the eyeshadow palette because it's really pretty. Is it my perfect color story? Is it my favorite color story that they've ever done? No, not at all. But honestly, like, the packaging of this one was really what sucked me in. And I have been such a sucker for packaging lately. Like, I don't know what it is about packaging lately that I'm just like, oh, I need this because of the packaging. Like, I have been so sucked into packaging this past year. Like, originally I got the Nomad Verona palette because of the packaging, and then I got the Flirty Talk palette because I thought it was my perfect pink palette, and then I got this palette because I couldn't stop hearing everybody talk about how good their shimmer formula was. And then the Odin's Eye collection came out, and I did pick up, I don't know if I said this, so I picked up 3 eyeshadow palettes in the past week. Those are my only eyeshadow palettes for this month. That's it. I actually have not picked up any eyeshadow palettes this month. I think the last one that I had ordered was the Flirty Talk palette, because I ordered this palette back in December, so it didn't come until last week. So now I'm going to use the peach shade called Unveiled because I have not used that on my lid yet. And it looks like such a stunning peach shade. And I'm going to put that all over my lid. Yeah, I'm loving this combination of colors. I was using the 2 brown matte shades like too much that it kind of got a little boring. So I'm glad that I used some other mattes in this look because I'm like, I don't want to use the same 2 brown shades again. That looks so pretty. I've just been loving this palette. Honestly, like, these shimmers are some of the best I've ever used. I'm definitely using way too much, though. That's definitely going to transfer, but I don't care. It's so gorgeous. I do notice that some shades transfer more than others in this palette, but the reason why I put up with it is because they don't transfer off your lid completely. Honestly, that's a deal breaker for me, is when you can't even see the lid shade on your eyes anymore by the end of the day. And that's what the Adept palettes did to me and the Adept shimmers. These, like, will transfer, but because they're so, like, shimmery and stunning, it doesn't really bother me because they're still on my lid at the end of the day. So, and that is insane how stunning that is. So it really does not bother me because it's gorgeous. So yeah, I ended up ordering the Odin's Eye Planet Spirit palette by Betty Jean, and I also ordered the Flora Story palette by Makeup Just for Fun. Just because, for me, I have never gotten any of Batty Bean's collab palettes before, and I've always been wanting to get one of hers. I cannot believe that this is her 3rd collab palette. I'm so happy for her because she's one of my favorite creators, and she really is just so talented with color. And I was assuming that she, like, I could not guess who the other 2 people were in the collab because they kept on teasing, like, that there were 3 palettes with 3 different creators, and I knew that Betty Jean was one of them. I already knew that because I was like, Betty Jean just makes perfect sense, and I was just so beyond excited for her when they revealed it. I was like, this obviously makes perfect sense. And then when they said Makeup Just for Fun, I was so excited because I also love her channel too, and I do watch her quite a bit. And honestly, if you need a good, thorough review on anything, she is an amazing review channel. I really do love her. I need to put this away because it's going to ring my speaker. And then I'm just going to throw on Blanc Type from MAC. I'm not sure, like, what I'm going to replace this with after I use this one up, because obviously I always use up my brow bone highlighters because I literally use these like every day. If my palette does not have a brow bone highlight, I'm using my Blanc Type eyeshadow. I've used up Hear Me Out from ColourPop and Vanilla Bean from Makeup Geek, and now I have Blanc Type from MAC. So I'll use that up soon too, probably within the next couple of months. But I had to get Makeup Just for Fun's palette too because they're both so beautiful. I did not get Lauren May's palette. I have collected every single Legendary Diversa palette up until that one, just because even though Tina's palette from the Fancy Face, that I cannot believe the Legendary Diversa collection came out in 2021 already. I cannot believe it's already been a year and a half that that's come out. Time flew so fast. Even though the Fancy Faces palette was a collab palette, I felt like that palette went so well with the other 2 palettes in that collection that's why I bought all 3 of them, because I have done multiple looks combining the 3 palettes together, and also I think those palettes are gorgeous. I just didn't jive with Lauren May's Color Story. I felt like I was never going to use it enough. I'm not really that type of person that puts like a pop of neon with like a neutral matte shade and a pop of blue shimmer on the lid. That's just like not my makeup style. So, but I really loved Betty Jean's because it was like a beautiful, vibrant, colorful summer palette that I cannot wait to use. And then Makeup Just for Fun's palette was such a beautiful, cohesive color story that I was like, I definitely need hers. But also I don't watch Lauren May as much as I watch Batty Bean and Makeup Just for Fun. Like, I really have just been watching them for a couple of years at this point. I do try to watch Lauren May a little bit more. Like, I watched her reveal video, and I do really like her. I just didn't really like the color story that much. I knew I was not going to use it enough. So I don't have to get every single collab palette that they come out with. But it makes perfect sense that they collabed with her because she's loved Odin's Eye for a long time too. Also, when I got the Legendary Diversa palettes originally, I didn't really watch It's Judy Time as much, but I did definitely watch her more than Lauren May Beauty. And also, It's Judy Time's color story is like one of the most beautiful warm eyeshadow palettes that I have. I was about to say eye tones. So let me go dry my hair because I am rambling, so I will be back. Okay, so my hair is dry. I think it looks pretty good. It's actually been nice. So anyway, let me prime my face. I'm just gonna spray my Do It spray, and then I'm just gonna use my baby skin primer. I'm trying to get ready, and he's like texting me a lot, but whatever, I could care less, and I'll just take a little longer because he's distracting me. But yeah, so hold on. Okay, and now we're just gonna use my newest complexion product, which is the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter, and this one is in the lightest shade. And also, I just really wanted some light coverage today, so this is absolutely perfect. So we're just gonna use that. The only thing that I didn't have that was new was a primer. Like, I really just don't buy primers that often. But that baby skin primer is almost done. Honestly, I've just been trying to use up that one and use up my NYX Marshmallow one. Those are really the only two that I've been really using lately, besides my e.l.f. Power Grip primer, because those are really the only ones that I use. So I'm just gonna blend that out. Okay, and then once we have that on, I'm just going to do my concealer. My neck hurts now after drying my hair. I don't know why. I, stretched and everything, so I don't know why my neck is hurting. I think I just need another massage. I haven't gotten a massage in a little while, so. So now for my concealer, I'm just going to use my e.l.f. concealer just because I used the NYX one yesterday, and this one actually... They're kind of the same, like, coverage-wise, but the e.l.f. one is a bit more liquidy than the NYX one. And also, I kind of prefer this one with the Halo Glow just because they're both e.l.f. products. But also, since I already used the NYX one yesterday, I didn't want to use it again. And again, it is a little bit more fuller coverage than the e.l.f. one. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out. So yeah, have you guys been interested in any of the new releases lately? Have you picked up any of these products that I'm talking about? Am I just saying nonsense? Let me know. And I always get ready with a glass of water next to me. hydrating yourself is really, really important, and it's always important to me. Like, I really am not in my room without a glass of water next to me, and I always do the same thing when like I'm relaxing or when I'm going to sleep. I always have water. Um, Even though I pee like crazy then if I have a lot of water at night, but or during the day before I go to his house, because that's always when I have to go the most, is before I see him, because I try to have at least 2 glasses of water after I have my coffee, because one, I always start the day with coffee because obviously I need to wake up. But also, it's very important to hydrate yourself after you have coffee, because coffee is a dehydrator, and also I'm ridiculously thirsty after I have coffee, but also like it does help me wake up. But I obviously always try to have at least 2 glasses of water before I leave the house. And then I always try to drink water when I'm in his room and all of that. So, yeah. I think we're just gonna get tacos today because we love this place that's really close to him. It's called Cadoba, and they're just really, really good. Really love their tacos and their taco salads and their burritos and their quesadillas. Just everything is so good. I've just been so hooked on their hard shell tacos lately, so I'm probably just gonna get those again. I originally was thinking for us to get Chili's today, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to get Chili's now. And also, like, every time we get Chili's takeout, they give you so much food that I end up not finishing half of it. We might get it like next week if I'm like really hungry, but like I just haven't been that hungry in the middle of the day. I haven't really been that hungry in general lately. Even though I try to stretch and everything in like the middle of the day, for some reason I just haven't been that hungry lately. So I don't really know what it is, but yeah, I'm just gonna set my under eyes now with my usual powder. But yeah, I did pick up the Snow White eyeshadow palette, and I did want to say my thoughts on it. I think it's pretty, but honestly, like, I'm kind of like getting a bit annoyed with their color stories lately, because even though the palette, yes, it is like literally what I would picture Snow White like wearing as eyeshadow, I think that I'm honestly really happy with the shimmer selection. I think the shimmers that they put in there are really pretty. And honestly, I think that the shimmer selection is great. I don't have any problems with that. I should have put some concealer down here because of those breakouts, but I already said it, so I'm not going to bother. It's not really that big of a deal. But I should have put a little bit of concealer down there because you know what? I'm just going to do it because it's not like this powder is really that, like, and I can just cover it with the, yeah, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to cover it with the Pretty Fresh powder anyway. And the powder I just put on isn't, like, really going to disturb the product too much. But yeah, so, like, the matte, yeah, that's definitely better. So the matte selection that they put in the palette, so I'm just going to set my face with my ColourPop powder, and then we'll go back into the eyeshadow. So yeah, with the palette, I don't know why they made the matte selection so light in this palette. I get because Snow White is pale. I understand that, but need some hydration today, I guess. But I did put quite a bit of powder on my face. But like, they don't have to be, I appreciate that they're very literal about it, and also I don't think ColourPop really has much control over the color selection with the Disney collabs, because I think that Disney literally are the ones that come up with the color story, because they do all the packaging for the collections. But the packaging for this collection is so good. Like, some of my favorite like they just keep on improving with their packaging. And I mean, obviously, like I never really thought, I was like, you know, packaging doesn't really play like a huge role for me, but honestly, if this product was not a Disney collab, would I have bought it? No, I would have not bought this palette if it wasn't a Snow White collection. So, honestly, I've come to realize over the years that packaging really is a big part in as to why you pick up a product. And I never really realized that until like the past couple of months. But also sometimes there are things that I really love because of the packaging, but also I love the color story inside as well. Like probably my favorite color story that I've picked up this year is the Nomad Verona palette, but also I loved the outer packaging like so much. But like with Nomad, you're always getting like the full package deal. Like you're going to get the full experience with their palettes or with their eyeshadows. So, like, I always know what I'm getting with with Nomad. So I'm just going to use my LA Girl liner on my waterline. Love this brown liner. It's so cute, and it just is like my favorite everyday liner. Okay, and then I'm just going to use my Essence Lash Primer. I've been talking about this for a while. It is such a good primer. I freaking love it, and I just use it on a daily basis now, but I am never going to repurchase the L'Oreal one again because this one is so much cheaper, and it works just as good, if not better, than the L'Oreal one. So just going to coat my lashes with that. So we're almost done. I am getting a bit hungry now, so I am going to be using the new mascara that I hauled in my last video, and this is the Give by Gwen Stefani mascara. This is the Can't Stop Staring mascara. The name isn't like the greatest, but it doesn't really bother me that much because the mascara is really, really good, and I've used this the past couple of days already, and it is a really, really nice lengthening mascara. I really like, honestly, I use the tip of it so much because I like how much it lengthens my lashes, and it's just a really good mascara. So I'm just going to coat my lashes with that. And I've just been loving it. I've been using it the past 3 days in a row already, and it's literally been my favorite mascara. It's just really, really good. So I wanted to use it on camera for you guys, and it's just, I love it. Okay, so now I'm just going to do my inner corners, and then I'll just do my bottom lashes off camera because that's obviously boring, but I did actually pick that up in my haul as well. This is a new Lash Discovery mascara from Maybelline. So now I'm just going to do my inner corners, and I think for that, I'm just going to use the shade Naked Eye, which is this really beautiful silvery like taupey shimmer, and it's just gorgeous, and I use this shimmer quite a bit on my inner corners, and it's just stunning. So I just want to use that. Why is there eye goo? There's always got to be some sort of eye goo in my eye. So friggin' annoying. Oh my lord. Okay. So yeah, I did get the palette. I know I'm like so quiet in this. I don't know why. I just want to finish getting ready. So I did get the palette. And again, like, I don't know why they didn't put like a matte red or a matte blue in there. That could have like added some depth and dimension. But I do get like the classic like look that they were deciding to go with the palette, but at the same time, the mattes that are in there are just very repetitive for, oh my god, I'm pinching the shit out of my eyes right now. Jesus. Because for some reason there's 10 million pieces of eye goo in my eye, and I don't know why. It's really annoying. Like the matte selection that they did were just very light. And then there's like a matte peachy shade, a really, really light shade, like kind of a deeper mid-tone neutral brown, then like a deep brown with it's not really that deep of a brown with shimmer, and then a black. Like they didn't do a matte red or a matte blue, and I was like, that would have like added some depth and dimension to this palette and would have added a little bit more versatility. Like, did we need 2 light peachy tone shades? No, we had enough neutrals in that palette for us not to have a million pale ass neutral shades. But again, I think it's because of Disney and not because of ColourPop, because I think Disney definitely makes the color stories. So I think I'm gonna like this palette more than the Tinkerbell one though, because y'all know how I felt about that one and how I felt about the Bambi one. I'm definitely gonna like this palette more. I obviously liked it enough to pick it up, so, and I think it's gonna be very easy to create looks with it. My hair is driving me nuts. And of course I already got mascara on my lower lash line. Like, what else is new? And I also picked up 2 of these. Sorry, you guys don't have to see what I'm doing right now. I'm just talking. I also picked up 2 of the blushes in the collection. Because originally when they teased it, I thought for some reason that they were going to be Super Shock eyeshadows. And I was like, great, they're not doing any cheek products again. But then I found out that they were cheek products. And I was like, ooh, I was like actually excited for them. And they came out with 3 blushes. And they're kind of like a hybrid type of formula. Because they could honestly double as a blush or a highlighter. So I think that's really cool. So I got 2 of the blushes. I got like the peachy tone blush, and I got the like mid-toned. No, the pinkier light blush, and then like the mid-tone like orangey blush. So they both look really pretty. I skipped over the lip kits because I was like, I'm literally never going to use those colors. So for my bronzer, I'm going to go in with my newest bronzer that I hauled in my latest video, and that is the Haus Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer in the shade Light Level 1. I've actually used this the past couple of days as well, and I'm loving it. It's such a pretty, like, easy, everyday bronzer. It's not, like, super pigmented, but it's also very soft and blendable on the cheeks, so I really have been loving it. Okay, so I'm just going to apply that all over where I would usually put my bronzer. So I skipped over the lip kits because I knew I would never use them. And even though they were super pretty, but I did get the mirror. I was like, out of everything, I was like, the mirror obviously makes perfect sense because if you, I mean, I don't know who hasn't seen Snow White, but if you haven't seen it, obviously the first thing she says in the movie is, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? So obviously a mirror makes perfect sense. So I got the mirror because I thought it was so beyond cute. I did not get the lip scrub though, and I skipped over the lip kits. So I got probably like half of the collection. I also didn't get the dark toned blush. But honestly, like, everything in this collection was actually really well-rounded. And I like that they came out with cheek products. And actually, what's funny is that the eyeshadow palette is a bit more muted for the lip kits that are in there, but it's funny that the lip kits are bolder than the eyeshadow palette, but that makes sense because sometimes like people want to do more subtle eyeshadow with bolder lips. So that makes sense, but it's also funny that they did bolder lipsticks for this collection. I kind of wish they would have came out with kind of a more wearable one, because then I would have definitely picked that up. But they have come out with Snow White lipsticks before. This one's just like a really red one, or they had the Evil Queen one, which was like this gorgeous deep purple, but I decided to skip over both of them because I was like, yeah, right, I'm never going to wear either of these enough. So, but they are gorgeous colors. Like, if I would have worn them more, I definitely would have gotten one of them. I was tempted, but then I was like, I know I'm not going to wear it. So now for blush, I'm going to use the newest blush that I have in my collection, which is this ColourPop one that I got from Marshall's in the shade Chice. And this is from the Into Bloom collection. This is a really pretty blush. So, and I think this is like one of the only ColourPop products I'm using in this video, because I've used the Flirty Talk palette quite a bit. So, and I did use it on Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day was actually really nice. I just went to my boyfriend's house and we just picked up food from one of our favorite places. It's this really amazing diner in his town, and they have some of the best food I've ever had. Like it's kind of hard to imagine that they're a diner. Even though diners have really good food, their food is just top tier. It is just so good. We love their food. We get their food all the time. It's just really good, like American food. It's just it's so good. I love it. And then we just got each other little gifts. I got him a Squishmallow, and I got him a Sour Straws that I think they only come out during Valentine's Day. And he loved them. He thought they were really good, and he doesn't own a Squishmallow. So I was like, you need a Squishmallow. So I got him a Squishmallow. I don't know how many times I can say that. And then for my highlight, I'm going to use the Rem Beauty Miss Mercury highlighter. And this is my newest highlighter to my collection, besides the one from ColourPop in the Valentine's Day collection. But I actually haven't used this one in a little while because it was just sitting in my bag waiting to be hauled. But I do love this highlighter. It is stunning. And I've been doing really well about rotating my highlighters and my blushes in my collection. I've just been on a ColourPop kick for blushes, and I've just been rotating a lot of my ColourPop blushes again. Wow, that is so frosty on my nose. I gotta tone that down a little. But this highlighter is just so pretty. And again, I don't know why it gets so much hate, because it's so gorgeous. But I don't know why her brand gets so much hate. People are just saying like that she's not really like that involved in the brand. And let's get real. Is Rihanna and Gaga really that involved in their brands too? I mean, I get that, like, and same thing with Selena Gomez, like, but you know, I think it's really pretty, so I'm not mad at it. I think it's gorgeous, and I love Ariana. And she has the best voice out of everybody besides Gaga, of course, so yeah. So anyway, it's not really a big deal, but I'm just gonna set my face now. So yeah, I got that stuff from the Snow White collection. I feel like there was something else that I was saying. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we're just going to do the lips, and I do have a new lippy to try. Okay, so I just set my brows with my ColourPop Brow Boss Gel, and now I'm going to go in with a lip liner just because I want to use a lip liner with the lippy that I'm using. I don't typically go in with a lip liner when I'm just throwing on a lippy for everyday looks, but I want to use Cool BFF from ColourPop. So I'm just going to apply that. I don't use this lip liner as much as I should, so gonna use that one. So Paramore's new music video came out today for Running Out of Time, and that's still my favorite song from the album, and I watched the video this morning, like as soon as I woke up, and it's really, really fun. Oh, and also I ordered the highlighter, one of the highlighters from the Small World collection, because I really wanted one of the highlighters from that collection. Like, I wasn't really interested in anything else from it. But the Jubilant highlighter looked so beautiful. And I've seen really good reviews about it, so I decided to get that, and I think it'll go really well with the Snow White collection, so I got that. Oh, but I didn't get the lippy scrub because I didn't think I needed it, because I still am using the lippy scrub from the Lizzie McGuire collection, so it's like I don't need another lip scrub. I was like, one is enough for me, but I have a feeling that that is going to sell out along with the mirror. The last time I checked, which was like an hour ago, nothing has sold out yet, so everything's still available, but by the time this video goes up, I'm not sure if anything will be sold out, so don't take my word for it. So for my lips, I decided to use the new Give by Gwen Stefani lippy that I got, and this is the shade Camo. They're called the I'm Still Here lippies, which I don't understand why they are, but I guess she's still proving that she's in the music industry. I don't know. But also, I forgot that obviously Gwen Stefani's line is part of Sephora now. So now there's Selena Gomez, Rihanna, Gaga, and Gwen Stefani's lines all in Sephora. The only one that's not is Ariana Grande's. I think I heard that her line is coming to Sephora. I'm not sure, but it might be. Oh, that is a really pretty color. Yeah, I wanted like a super light nude like that. And this is a really smooth formula. The scent is a very strong, like cookie batter, like cake batter kind of scent. But wow, that is really pigmented and very smooth. And I haven't re-dipped yet. So that went on with, that's one coat of it. And I think that did a really good job of applying with, oh my God, why is everybody messaging me 5 million messages at a time? Like, literally, I talk to one person and they send me 8 messages, and my Face ID isn't even working, so I don't understand why I need that many messages from one person. Like, I want people to talk to me. I know, like, sometimes I get annoyed on here, but this does feel a little drying. But it is a nice lippy. I just re-dipped just to get an even line. But honestly, my friend just sent me 8 messages. It's like, I don't even do that to anybody anymore. Like, my other friend was messaging me a lot earlier, but she was updating me about her dog's health because me and her sister have been worried about her dog. So she was like messaging me a lot, but it's not like a huge deal because I haven't talked to her in like a week, and I know she's been like really stressed about it. And like my other friend just sent me 8 messages. I'm like, why? It does feel a bit drying as I try to make it a little bit more even, but I'm just going to finish it up off camera because we've been here for forever. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. Here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. So I'm pretty much happy with everything. I mean, again, I've been using these products for a while. I just wanted to feature them on camera with you guys. Really love the eye look. I've just been loving this palette. So now the only shade I need to try is this darker, like bronzy shade down here. So that's the only shade I haven't used yet. But I pretty much have used all the shimmers in this palette, and I think it's beautiful. I think it's such a pleasure to work with this palette. It's such an easy, everyday palette to use, and I love it. It's just so beautiful. And I also have been loving the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I've been using this when I want like some really lightweight complexion product, and I love it. It always looks gorgeous with the rest of my makeup, and it's just an easy, lightweight product to use. I also love the blush, and the bronzer is really, really beautiful. I definitely think this is more worth the money than the highlighter. I think it's just a really beautiful formula. And I think it's nice and smooth for everyday use. I've been using this every day since I've gotten it like a couple of days ago, and I love it. And I really love this blush as well. I mean, y'all know I love ColourPop blushes. And then the highlighter is gorgeous. I really do love it. I didn't even check how it looks, but it looks stunning. It's such an easy, buttery, super shiny formula, but it's such a buttery, smooth formula. So I think it's gorgeous. The only thing that I'm not really crazy about, and I love the mascara is great, is this lippy. I feel like it's very dry, but it is transfer proof. It just feels very dry on the lips. Maybe it won't bother me as much. It is sticking together a tiny bit, but honestly, when I bite my lips, it does not like flake off or stick together or anything like that. So that is good. So I think it will hold up well. It's just kind of emphasizing a bit of the wrinkles in my lips, and it is a bit drying. So, but I think it's nice. I like it. So yeah, that is it, you guys. I will update you later. And yeah, I think the mascara is great. I've been using this so much, and I haven't used any other mascara in the past couple of days, and I really do love this mascara. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at TPW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. And let me know what you guys want to see on my channel next. I am planning on doing a couple more videos soon. Another, would I buy these palettes if they were coming out now? I really enjoy that series. And then when the Odin's Eye palettes come, I'll do a first impressions on those. Probably do one look with both palettes in one video. I really have been loving doing that. I'll probably just alternate one and the other every other day when they do come. And then, of course, I'll do a first impressions get ready with me on the Snow White collection. So I'm excited for that too. But those are the only 3 palettes that I'm going to pick up this month. And then I'm really just going to not get anything for a while because I am good with eyeshadow palettes right now. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.